Okay, so this is a really quick look at how to modify our text in Illustrator. It's more of a refresher because we've been doing these things in class. So on my mood board, I've got a few different examples of how you can change your typography headings or modify your lettering. So the first one I'm going to start on is this one that's to do with breaking up your text. So this is the one that says cracking idea. Now you can use Pathfinder and all sorts to try and do this. But one that's quite enjoyable is using the knife tool. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Window, Essentials Classic, and if you want to find any of your buttons, you can use the window and type or anything like that. So for this one, I'm going to go to Edit and Expand, so it's no longer a text, and I'm going to go to the knife tool, which is near the eraser. So if you use the knife tool, when things are selected, you can just cut through using lines. It's like a little brush tool, and it will just allow you to move things. And if you use the white selection tool, you can move things away. So let's try that again on the cracking word. So get yourself the knife tool, make sure it's selected. I've not selected the object yet. So make sure I've selected the object, and then use the knife tool to cut through it. You can cut through it in one swoop, one shape, and then you can start to move it around. So remember, the white arrow allows you to move a section of a shape, and the black arrow allows you to move the full selection. So the next one is this black and yellow one at the top here. So it's about elongating different legs and arms, ascenders and descenders of your text. So again, object expand on the text, get the white direct selection and pull that down. Now this is a really nice activity, especially when you've got a heading. So again, hierarchy, make your heading stand out and make it feel quite interesting, and then give it a little bit of purpose. So copy and paste the dot of the I and elongate the H for high. So I've got a high five as a little heading, creates like a little logo, looks quite cool. Give it a crosshatch on the top, which is quite nice. So really quickly, you can edit your heading text to stand out. This one's quite nice because you can get people to read the sentence, but also you can stylize it in some way. So instead of just writing it as a block, you can play around with it in this way, where you've got centrally aligned using the alignment tool. If you've not got your alignment tool there, I'm using this line spacing tool. So pink is the new pink. And then selector tool, press I, the eyedrop tool. That allows you to pick any color that you've got that you can see. And then I'll give it a stroke of a light pink. I know on the picture it's a white one, but I'll just go for a light pink here, so it just gives it a little bit of a border. Now this one's a little bit trickier. There's a few ways of making this one work. Each letter seems see-through, but they're not see-through because they're really vibrant colours still. So I'll show you quickly how to make it see-through first. So I've got the K written in Gilfans bold. I think it's a K and an O and an N, and then it's got that big vertical pink on the right hand side as well. So every time I select it, I'm using the eyedrop tool just to pick the colour. So I've got the matching colours, and as you can see, my colours are full. They're not transparent, but they are the same colours. So that's where you sort of might get a little bit confused. So we can overlay them, we can blend them, but the way this one's done on the left hand side is to hint at the idea of it being screen printed. So one ink's put down, then it's dried, then another ink's put down, then it's dried. So instead we use the transparency, so make it see-through first, and then what you can do is you can see it as a cutout. So there you go. Now they're see-through, but they're not as vibrant. So if you go to select them all and object expand them, you can use the Pathfinder tool. I've not expanded it, have I? Object expand, press OK until you get the lines. And then I hit the Pathfinder tool, the divide tool, which is the one in the bottom left, and each section, look, but with the white selection tool, you can choose what colour tone each piece will be, and you can go through and match all the colours. So you can sort of make that screen printed overlap quite nicely. So if I get that design and think about my hierarchy, I want my design to be seen. If it's really formal, I'll just put it in the bottom, in that space at the bottom. But if I want to be a bit more creative with my layout, I can have it as a background graphic. Yeah, I quite like it with the vertical framework on there. Right click, arrange, send it to back, change the opacity again, drop it down. So you can experiment with all the different methods. There's just a few to play around with for your lettering, and obviously you're going to be making your own font. So I'll create another resource for us on how you can turn your drawings into a written type. See you in the next one.